Every damn day the South embarrasses itself. I'm Clay Lawson, and this is Believe It or Bullshit. Some stories really happen, some are fake as hell, and it's your job to call it out. I bring the chaos. You judge the truth. Let's see how dumb it gets. Y'all ain't ready for this one. Like, seriously, I had to read this headline 3 times before my brain accepted it was real. We're talking about Louisiana, Plaquemines Parish specifically, where apparently 3 brothers decided to commit murder over shrimp. Not money, not a woman, not even a good truck. Fucking shrimp. So here's what supposedly went down. These 3 siblings are working a commercial fishing boat, right? And before you ask, no, I don't know their names yet because the news is being all coy about it. But trust me, they're definitely named something like Boudreaux, Thibodeau, and probably Kevin, because every Louisiana family has at least one Kevin who ruins everything. Anyway, they're out there doing what fishermen do, hauling in nets, probably arguing about who's going to clean what, when apparently things get heated over who caught the biggest shrimp. Now pause right there. I need y'all to really marinate in how stupid that is. We're talking about crustaceans, little sea bugs, the kind of shit you dip in cocktail sauce and forget about. But these grown-ass men decided it was worth killing over. The victim, and God, I feel weird calling someone who died over shrimp a victim, but here we are, was their fellow crew member. Not even a stranger. Someone they worked with, probably knew for years, maybe went to high school with. But no, he claimed he caught a bigger shrimp than the brothers, and apparently that was his death warrant. Here's where it gets really fucked up, though. They didn't just shoot him or push him overboard like you'd expect from your standard Louisiana maritime murder. Oh no, these creative geniuses tied him to an anchor. Like, they took the time to secure this man to a boat anchor, which means this wasn't a heat-of-the-moment thing. This was premeditated shrimp rage. But wait, it gets better, or worse, depending on how you look at it. When they found his body, and I can only imagine what that conversation with the Coast Guard was like, he had a world's #1 shrimper hat stuffed in his mouth, a hat stuffed in his mouth like some kind of deranged calling card. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I've never seen a world's #1 shrimper hat in my life. Where do you even buy that? Spencer's? Some sketchy gas station off I-10? Did he own it himself and they used it as the ultimate insult? Or did these psycho brothers go out and buy this specific hat just to shove it down his throat? Because if it's the latter, that means they planned this whole thing around hat-based humiliation, which is somehow even more disturbing. The more I think about this story, the more questions I have. Like, what exactly constitutes the biggest shrimp? Are we talking length, girth, weight? Did they have a scale on this boat? Did someone whip out a ruler? Was there an official measurement protocol that got violated? Because I'm imagining these 3 idiots standing around a pile of shrimp with measuring tapes like they're at a damn science fair. And another thing, how does this argument even escalate to murder? I mean, I've gotten into some heated debates about food before. I once had a 30-minute screaming match with my cousin about whether cornbread should be sweet or not. But never once did I think, you know what? This person needs to die. These brothers went from 0 to anchor murder over seafood bragging rights. Also, can we talk about how they thought they were going to get away with this? Like, what was the plan here? Did they think the Coast Guard was just going to find this body tied to an anchor with a novelty hat in his mouth and be like, well, must have been a boating accident? Case closed. Did they not consider that when 3 people go out on a boat and only 2 come back, people are going to ask questions? Plaquemines Parish, for those who don't know, is way down at the bottom of Louisiana where the Mississippi River dumps into the Gulf. It's the kind of place where everybody knows everybody, and everybody's business is everybody else's business. You can't fart without 3 people knowing about it by dinner time. But somehow these geniuses thought they could commit murder and nobody would notice. I keep trying to picture this whole scenario playing out, and it's like something out of a really dark comedy. 3 grown men, probably been fishing their whole lives, probably been around death and danger on the water for decades, and they lose their minds over who caught the best shrimp. It's like if the 3 Stooges decided to commit homicide. The hat thing really gets me, though. That's such a specific, petty detail. It's not enough to kill the guy and dump him overboard. No, they gotta make it personal. They gotta add insult to injury. Literally. It's like they wanted everyone to know this was about his shrimp claims. Like they were sending a message to the shrimping community, don't come for the crown unless you're ready to die for it. And what does this say about Louisiana fishing culture? Is there some kind of underground competitive shrimping scene I don't know about? Are people out there really taking their crustacean catches this seriously? Because if so, I need to stay the hell away from seafood festivals. I don't need to accidentally start a blood feud because I complimented someone's crawfish. The whole thing is just so perfectly absurd and tragic at the same time. Like, this is someone's family member who died, someone's son, maybe someone's father who went to work one day and never came home because his coworkers couldn't handle being outdone in shrimp catching. His last moments were probably spent thinking, I cannot believe this is how I'm going out. But then again, this is Louisiana we're talking about. The same state that gave us politicians who hid bricks of cash in their freezers and governors who got caught with hookers. The same state where people fight alligators for fun and consider roadkill a food group. Maybe murderous shrimp disputes are just Tuesday down in Plaquemines Parish. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe when you spend your whole life on the water, pulling up nets and sorting seafood, the competitive aspect becomes everything. Maybe when you're that deep into the culture, proving you caught the biggest shrimp becomes a matter of honor worth killing for. Or maybe these three brothers were just completely insane and decided to use shrimp as an excuse to commit murder. Maybe they'd been planning to kill this guy for months and the whole shrimp thing was just convenient timing. Maybe there's a whole other story here we're not getting. Either way, somewhere in Louisiana right now, there are three men sitting in jail cells, probably eating bologna sandwiches and thinking about how they threw their lives away over shellfish. And somewhere else, there's a family planning a funeral for someone who died because he was too good at catching shrimp. That's Louisiana for you folks, where even the seafood can get you killed. So next time you're at a crawfish boil and someone starts bragging about their catch, maybe just nod and change the subject. Your life might depend on it. All right, I'm calling bullshit on this one being real, but honestly, it's so stupid it might actually be true. Y'all gotta help me out here. Drop a comment and tell me what you think. And if you enjoyed watching me lose my mind over murderous shrimp drama, hit that subscribe button, because God knows what other insane Southern news I'm gonna dig up next time.